Hey everybody, Spy4360 out here. I stream bi-daily, so if you'd like to catch some of this gameplay live, there's links above. And we've also got a squad, if I can find it. But yeah, here's the squad info if you'd like to join. I do hunts with people on stream, so if you'd like to join for help or just getting guap, here's the code. Anyways, let's get on to the video. I'm going to show you guys the best food that you can ever eat. Outside of getting the funny meals, right? If you guys don't know, let me actually just talk about that first. There's funny meals that people offer sometimes once you progress further into the storylines. And they're all pretty good. They give the most stats in the game, but they give different, like, food skills. The best food skill you can get from the funny meals is from Suja, because they give you... Actually, I don't have it, because I went to a different one recently. But they give you the same food skills as the additional ingredients. And I think some of the finishing touches, too. But Suja gives you Airy Egg, which is really good. You can see it at the bottom. High quality egg that sends you straight... Alright, that's the description. I mean, it sounds good, right? But repeatedly activates a large temporary attack boost at random intervals. This is the best one in terms of, like, damage, because none of the other ones give you damage. Black Belt is also really good. Because that's good for, like, dual blades, people who are using a lot of stamina. But Caprice is just the best one out of these. And then following that, Jeweled Mullet Row gives you an attack increase when you're wet. So, pretty much just in the forest. There's other places where there's water, like the Oasis in the desert. And... I think you can get wet in like a static spot in the Wyberia area. There's like a little river that you can dodge roll through. But the rest of these aren't really going to give you any important stats. Medic Meal is pretty good just all around because it increases the amount of health you get when you heal. And then the Truffle du Conga is really good because it increases the number of bones, ores, and like plants, nuts, and all that you get. But it's random, so I'd only do this if you're doing like a full hour of gathering, right? And then Specialist is also good if you're using like paralysis or like poison weapons, because this increases the potency of your status attacks. And the rest of these are kind of okay. Sizzling Meal just makes it so you don't need to use hot or cold drinks, and then Immunizer lessens the effect of like Dragon Blight, poisons, paralysis, and all that. So really, if you're going to make a custom meal, or a favorite meal, this is the one that I have. This is the only one that I have. This is what I'd put for it, just because this is max damage if you're going for like a speed run or something, right? Then outside of that, what should you do just like 24/7 just so you have a meal going? When you choose a ration, or you want to only choose ration, because this gives defense, and this is like a negligible amount of defense, and then this gives defense and elemental defense, which is also kind of a negligible amount, just because of like how much defense you get from skills later in the game. But when you choose meat, you can see it gives you a 30-minute meal duration. You want to at least choose one of these other things so that you can get like another 20 minutes. This is just going to make it so that your meal lasts a lot longer and you can do more quests without having to think about it, right? I just go down the list of everything, except for these. I'm trying to save my eggs, just because When I need to kill stuff, I'll be able to kill stuff. But, yeah. I'm also going to talk about how to get all of the cheese and everything. So let me actually pull up the trading window. You can trade with... Actually, let me show you. Once you get further enough into the game, you can trade with Nada. Oh my god, you see he was bald for a second? But yeah, you can trade with Nada in item trade, and he has every single person in the game that you can trade with. But they have cycling inventories. So, as an example, right? If I started to trade with Kalama, we've only got 5 things here. But you can see Kalama has like 15 things, right? So this is everything that you can trade for. Most notably, she has the cheeses, raw meat, which is pretty cool. Yeah, more cheese. Fire herb, sand peppers for fire herb. That's a really good trade. You're getting 2 for 6. Yeah, and Dalthedon wool. This is how you get the specific armor sets for each area. But there's going to be a trader from each area, like from the plains, from the forest, that give you specific equipment that lets you create the area specific equipment. Yeah. But what we're mainly looking for is the foods that you want. So we're going to be looking at this lady, Sekka. Sekka has large golden scale vases for airy eggs, and then dragon scale vase and worm scale vase for fluffy eggs. So this is how you get the damage buffs. And then we've got yeah, this guy right here. Sharpie. He's got Jeweled Mullet Row for Queen Blossom Pollen. And you can trade in 10 Ancient Wyvern coins for 5 Jeweled Mullet Row. If you're using any of those other sets, I'll leave this link in the description. I gotta point this way, I keep forgetting. But there's some really good trades in here. And I suggest before you do these trades, there's actually a mechanic. Yeah, you see how it says a settlement is having monster troubles? Let me make it full screen so you can see better. Yeah, it says it like right above me. A settlement is having monster troubles. If you do any of these investigations, you'll get a buff to the trades in this area. And that's particularly good. Oopsie doopsie. That's particularly good for mite seeds, actually. When I was going through all of the areas where you can gather
somebody wants to make a trade.
Like items and stuff, there's a spot for bitter bugs. I think it's this guy. Yeah. There's a spot for bitter bugs that just has a bunch of Wilk Pebbles everywhere, right? So if you do that investigation, this goes up to 6, so you can trade in 1 Wilk Pebble for 3 Mite Seeds. So this is essentially 159 Mite Seeds, right? I'm pretty sure you can't do that with monster drops, but I'm pretty sure you can do that with the food. So you can do that for turbid shrimp and mud shrimp, right? Just as an example. But yeah, before you do these, I would do the investigation for your respective area, just so you can get more of these. Just because you're gonna really want better than like a 1-to-1 ratio for the eggs, and then like a 1-to-2 ratio for the airy eggs, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for gathering. It's or not gathering, for food. It's a pretty simple system. And And again, if you're looking for any other foods that I didn't go over, I'm just going to leave the link to the items in the description below. So check that out. This is also probably going to be my last video on Monster Hunter for a while, just because I'm running out of things to talk about. Actually, no, I think this is the last thing that I can talk about. Yeah. Or, I mean, I could probably make, like, a cosmetic guide, but I don't know if people want to see that. But yeah, after this, it's probably just going to go back into Overwatch content. I'm going to make shorts about all of the items that you can gather in the game, and just show the routes of it. But outside of that, until we get more updates, this is it for Monster Hunter for me. But I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.